Bang bang, welcome back to the Weapon X program. I am your host, Weapon X, and for today we have a special video for you. I know y'all always like, yo man, every time he do a review, it seemed like all his weapons function perfectly. Well, here go one that wasn't so perfect. Yo, let me shout out all my subscribers, family members, loved ones, everybody out there that's rocking with the Weapon X program. Everybody that got their merch, you know what I'm saying? I highly appreciate it. It helps out the channel. But regardless, I'm going to keep moving, whether you do or you don't. Like, share, subscribe, leave some comments. Do what you do. Also, want to say rest in peace to all those who fell in 2020, 2021, 2019. It's been some rough years, man. So if you got a loved one, tell them you love them. Hold on tight. You dig? Got that out the way. This is the UTS shotgun, 12 gauge shotgun. All right. Turkish made, you know what I mean? Holds 7, 1 in the chamber, 15 rounds. You know what I'm saying? The UTS 15 shotgun, 12 gauge. Yes, this weapon is loaded, but nothing is in the chamber. Now, I'm not even going to rack it all the way back, but believe me, when I tell you nothing is in the chamber, I can get my finger in there. Nothing's in there. Just didn't really feel like unloading this joint. It is on safe, and my finger will not be in the trigger, so I'm going to show y'all trigger discipline. All right, UTS 15 shotgun. Yes, y'all, I've had trouble with this. This is actually the first shotty I ever purchased. When I saw this 9 years ago, I was like, yo, I gotta have this, man. I saw 1 or 2 videos and everything was perfect on them videos. Everything. You know what I'm saying? And one day I was out in South Jersey, went to one of my gun store owners, and matter of fact, I'm gonna shout him out. Shout out to the gun rack. I went to the gun rack and I was looking for anything. I was just looking that day, and I went up in there and I stumbled. I was asking questions about something, and then I just asked about this weapon. I was like, yo, y'all ever heard of, it's a 12 gauge shotgun that holds 15 rounds. It's a bullpup. They was like, oh yeah, you talking about the KSG? I said, no, not that. I'm talking about the UTS 15 shotgun, Utah. It was like, that's it was like the guy just delivered it right now. Just before you walked in here, the UPS dude, I was like, word? I was like, yo, let me see it. Pulled it out the box, brand new. I was like, yo, let me get it. I ain't even asked no question. I was like, let me get it. Didn't care what it cost. I was like, let me get it. So he's like, okay. So did the paperwork. I'm, figuring around with it. I'm looking at it. I'm all on it. I'm like, damn, this thing is sick right here. Let me just give you a little story first before I start, talking about the weapon. So I'm like, man, that thing is sick, yo, man. So I'm looking all at it. He's like, you want to test fire it? I'm like, sure. Go out in the back. He loaded up with birdshot. I just go at it. Boom, boom, boom. You know how I go. 15 rounds, no problem. I was like, sold. Price on this, $1,500 at the time. You know what I mean? Copped it, I ain't cared. We was getting money, so I ain't cared. So I copped it, brought it home, went to Dick's Sporting Goods, got the 100 pack of Winchester, the little cheap ammo. Went and got that, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. But let's start from the top. None of this stuff is stock. This thing came with absolutely nothing. Okay, maybe a couple of extra chokes. As you can see, this screws out right here. It came with like 2, 3 chokes. You know what I'm saying? Came with that. Something to take the choke out with. And that's all I could remember it came with. But bare stock. So I went and got me a carrying handle because I wanted it to look like an AR-15 because it had all the AR-15 controls. So I went and got a carrying handle for it. I should stop recording on that one. That's all right. Got a carrying handle for it. Went and got that. Put that on here. Went and got me a metal front sight. Put the metal front sight up there. It's like, all right, bet. I was like, yo, I could do more to this. So I bought a True Glow red, green dot. Make sure it still works. Yep. Red, green, circle and circle. There's a lot of reticles in this dot, man. This is a really good red dot too. Do another review on that another day. So got that, put it up there, it was too low. Got me a mount riser, put it up there. Now I could co-witness. You know what I'm saying? The straight co-witness. So went and copped that, put that up there. Like I said, I had a front and rear sight. I didn't need the rear sight because this has a rear sight. So I'm able to co-witness through here, through the dot. Like I said, I got a mount riser up there. Put this flashlight. I don't know if it works. Oh, it still works. Cool, cool, cool. Little cheap flashlight. I'm probably going to replace that with an old light. The laser still work. Laser dead. But put the laser up there and everything is sighted in really good. So threw that up there. Took this bad boy to the range. Well, let me finish explaining everything on the weapon before I go there. Because y'all say, oh, all his weapons are always accurate and super reliable. This one was not reliable. It was, but it just could have been built better. All right, so here we go. Boom. Put these on there, the mount riser. Put the optic up there. That was working good. Flashlight on the side. Boom. Like I said, it holds 7 in a tube. As you can see right here, it tells you, 7, 2-inch by 7.5, and 6 3-inches. You know what I mean? That's the capacity. So you can either hold 6 and 6, 12, 13, or 7 and 7, 14, 1 in the pipe, 7, 15. It shows you here where the rounds are. You know what I mean? Both sides, you can see where the rounds are. Then you got the switch right here, middle. Right now, can't go that way because there's one ready to go right in. It's right there. You know what I mean? So, dig of the shells. Like I told you, it is loaded, but it ain't stock, cocked, and ready. I can push that one over right there, and that's where it'll be. Now I can flip that switch. Well, this one moved over now that I pushed that one in. But you get the idea. Once I close this door, it's going to fall back into where, it'll be ready to be chambered if I rack the slide back. You know what I mean? But we ain't doing that. It's on safe right now anyway. So, close that. Now watch it go in. Still not loaded though. You know what I mean? So, got the AR style grip. See that grip right there? AR style on there. I threw some skateboard tape right there to keep it, you know what I mean, nice and snug in my hand. I had some on the first 4-end grip. I'm gonna say, yeah, the first 4-end grip. I had some up there, but I'm gonna tell you that was a mishap in a second. What else? Trigger pull not bad. Like I said, safety ain't bad. You know what I mean? As far as AR style safety joints. You know. All right, now let's talk about the pros and the cons of this weapon. Pros, very lightweight. It's light. You know what I mean? You can wield this out one hand. You know what I'm saying? I've shot it one hand. You know, very easy. The shoulder, you know what I'm saying? You can just put this bad boy up. You know what I mean? And really get a good grip. You got a little rubber pad back here. This joint easy to break down. Got a little rubber pad right there. Keep your shoulder a little safe. You know? Accurate as fuck. Definitely accurate. 15 rounds. 15 rounds of whatever you put in here. Slugs, buckshot, triple R buck, double R buck. You know what I'm saying? Dragon's breath. Whatever you put in here, you can get about 15 joints in here. So, you know, good capacity. Definitely say that. It's a lot of polymer on this weapon, man. A lot of polymer. I mean, it's still where it needs to be, but the vast majority of this is polymer. Everything on here is basically polymer, except, you know, the bolt carrier group, the racking mechanism, the accessories I put on here. The trigger is steel. The barrel is steel. You know, the magazine tubes inside, they're, you know, lined with steel. So, you know, it's still where it needs to be, but it's basically polymer. So, cons, first got the weapon. I told you, I fired the 15 rounds inside the gun shop. Boom, 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 15. Yeah, so take it. Wrapped it up, did my paperwork. That's back in the day when you could do the good old nicks and be out of there in a half an hour, 45 minutes. If it was crowded or really loaded, maybe an hour. But those were the good old days. 16 bucks, pay your nicks fee, you out of there. Took it home. Next day, went to Dick's, got me 100 rounds of the Winchester, I think 8-shot. I think it's 8-shot. I might have some in here. Let me see if I get one out. Yeah, I do. Let me get one out for y'all. This round right here. Right? Now you see that's the short brass. That's like, who knows what metal that is. Aluminum or whatever. You know. Let me show you this one. This one. This ain't hot brass, but yeah. You know, this right here. This is your 8-shot. This right here is probably 7, or what is this? 7 1/4. 8-shot too, but this is Remington. I know this is Winchester. Yeah, that X. So I'm at the joint. Go cop it from Dick's, ride to the bullet hole in Belleville, New Jersey, get there. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to let this thing go. Load him up. Got people on the side of me. They like, yo, what's that right there? Yo, that's crazy, my dude. Yo, what is that? I'm like, yeah, it's a shotgun. That ain't an AR-15. Nah, it ain't an AR. Yo, that look like an AR. Nah, it's not. Start shooting this joint. Boom, boom, boom. 15. They like, yo, that's a shotgun. We was wondering when it was going to run out. Normal shotguns, 5 to 7 rounds. So I'm still going when other people is reloading. Boom, boom, 15. That's 15, 15, 30. Another one, boom, boom, going in with it. Boom, 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 boom. Getting carried away now. I'm going. You know what I'm saying? I'm up to like 60 rounds. You know what I mean? Then I get to like 90 rounds. Then I'm on that last couple of rounds. I say I was on maybe close to the last 2 rounds. Boom! Cocked this joint back. It didn't even do it just went back. And it was free. It was just, I slide it up, it'll fall back down. Slide it up, it'll fall back down. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, yo, what happened to my joint, man? Now, so I put it up real quick before, it really get crazy. So I started firing my other weapon. So I'm like, let me go home and see what's up with it. Broke it down, which is real easy to break down. Once I pull the racket back, it's a knob right here, wrench style, wrench it down, this comes off, this piece comes off. This is your serialized portion right here. The lower is just all polymer. Pulled it off. The bolt group carrier, this here, broke. I still got it in my bedroom, but as you can see, this is the arms that brings back the firing bolt. So when I racked it again, it just snapped because the force. And with those rounds that I just showed y'all, they would get stuck. They would swell up in the actual breech. So when that aluminum would swell up, it would be hard to chuck it back. So let me show y'all with my fingers. When trying to chuck it back, just imagine this is the rod that's going back. Because it's two on each side. This side, let me show y'all. This side and this side. So how I'm going to demonstrate it is as I'm, it went, it cracked. So one cracked where it was like this. It wasn't two like this no more. It was like this. It wasn't together no more. It was something, I didn't know that then. So I get home. I'm like, come on, man. I just got this thing. So called the UTAS USA, called them. They straightened it out. They sent me a shipping label. I shipped it back. They fixed it. Gave me a brand new thing. I looked on the internet. Now I'm seeing nothing fancy say it's a bad weapon. I'm seeing this dude say it's a bad weapon. They were saying it was a Jam-O-Matic. You know, this Picatinny rail is polymer. So as the weapon to get heated, because the barrel is right here, as the weapon to get heated, this will start to flex and have play. So it was, causing the shells. Right now, the way I got it, I don't even feel like taking this up, but you pull this up and you can see, the shells, they'll drop from here, the magazine tube, down here, and it will be chambered. Let me pull it back a little bit for you. Like I said, I don't want to put one in the chamber, but you see how that goes right there? A round will drop from here into the chamber down there. You rack it back in, you put the shell into the chamber. So all that will get screwed up because of that polymer rail. So they was talking about, oh yeah, we can fix that with the Gen 2. You know what I mean? Now I wasn't having that problem. Mine was just this. So once I got that fixed, I was back good to go. But then it would still be tough to rack back. So I found out on the internet that if you get some sandpaper and breach, sand the breach, the circle of the breach, sand it down, because it's like a little ring inside most shotguns. So I sanded that down, smooth, buffed it, polished it, had no more problem. Now boom, 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 back. I'm back now. Boom, 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 boom. Everything is good. Good money. Now I decide to skateboard tape it to get some grip. Okay. Now as you can see, I got skateboard grip right here and right here. But I also had it here and on the side, so I wouldn't, slip, because I didn't want to put a foreign grip up here, because people that was putting a foreign grip up here was compromising this polymer, because this is cheap polymer, compromising it. So, it will break off, people's hands would slip in front of the weapon, and that's really dangerous. So I decided to skateboard tape my joint. So I skateboarded, get it skateboarded up, took it to the range. Skateboarded it up. Now, I should have just threw the skateboard tape up there and left it. But one YouTuber was like, oh, when he put it on there, he blow dry it with a little heat and it'll make it stick even better. So I do that. Not knowing it made all of this brittle. So I put the skateboard tape on there. I'm doing it, not on the weapon, but off the weapon. I'm doing it. It's on good. It looked good. I'm like, yeah. Man, I go to, thank God I didn't go to the range with it, but I go to, chuck it back. This whole piece slides down. Because this is connected, if you can see inside there, this polymer is connected to the rail. See that little bolt there? There's a nut there. The polymer is connected to the rail. The rail has holes in it, and the polymer is drilled through and all that good, tapped and screwed. So when I chucked it, it just came off of the screws, and this came all the way down, but this never moved. So I'm like, what the hell? Unscrew it, look at it. I'm like, damn. So when I heated it up, this polymer is so cheap and flimsy that it just got brittle. So when it dried and hardened back up and I racked it the next day, it just came loose. So I'm like, damn. So I had to order another one of these, not the whole unit, but just the plastic. I tried to, JB welded, and that didn't work. Took it to the range, it shot like 2 shots, and then when I cocked it back, it did. I was out. I didn't want to be embarrassed. So that was the second problem. Yeah, second problem with it. Now let's go to the third. Got that figured out. It was like, I ain't putting no skateboard tape on there. So then I'm at the range, I'm firing through, breezing through. Now my joint is starting, out of all the years I had it, it never did that. This started jamming like nothing fancy said. When I would rack it, shells would get caught, like I would double feed. So I'm like, that's never happened. Now my top polymer rail is starting to get heated, and it make it flex, and it makes this door, this is like a hinging door. It will make this door pop up. When this door isn't all the way down like this, the shells will, instead of coming back and then down, they'll come up, because this is not flush. So this will be up a little bit. So when the shell would come back, it would ride up, so it wouldn't make it down there. So it would jam. So I was like, oh, this is some bull, man. One thing after another with this. So I was disappointed with it. So I drilled a hole in the breech and in the plastic to keep this down so it doesn't pop up. So anytime I want to get this to come up, I got to unscrew this and then get in there and do whatever I got to do. So I did that. Took it to the range, put 100 rounds through it, no more problems. So I did have problems with this weapon. So there you go, man. A Weapon X fail. A Weapon X weapon that I own that failed. You know what I mean? This was the one. But other than that, man, I like the weapon. It's a great weapon as far as look wise, you know, conversation piece. Would I go to war with this or go to battle with this or try to defend my home with this? No. Now, they offered me plenty of times to upgrade, you know, the barrel, the rail, and a whole bunch of other mechanisms in here for like $250. I just passed on it. I was like, I'm not even going to shoot this that much no more. You know, this would be something I just had some fun with at the range. That's all this is to me, is a futuristic weapon range toy. That's it. So that's the Utosh 15 12 gauge. Fail 3 times. All right, but enough of that. I want to say before I end this video, I want to show y'all another special watch. This one right here is the Rose Gold 61mm Shaquille O'Neal edition, the Shaq edition. Look how that thing sit up on my wrist. Look at that. Rose gold with the black gold. Carbon fiber rods. Look at that band. Crazy. Magnifying time dome right here. Peep that out. Shaq edition. It should say Shaq on there somewhere. Let me hit you with the back. It should say Shaq. Let me get it right. Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal joint. He partnered up with Vector, or they partnered up with him and Victor. So, congratulations, Shaq. You're making moves. I love you, brother. Straight from North Brick City. It's my hometown. What can I say about this one right here, man? This is a beast. This is a very, very, very heavy watch. You know what I'm saying? Built a lot. Listen to the drop on it. And that ain't even high. That's low. The drop is serious on that, man. But the quality is all that. You know what I'm saying? Now, lately I've been testing these watches to see, you know, how deep you can go and all that. Now, I ain't been in no crazy deepness, but I felt my toilet, not my toilet, I felt my bathtub all the way up, and I just submerged this joint in there for about a minute just to see, because if you in some water accidentally, you're going to get out. You know, if your watch fall in the toilet, you ain't just going to let it sit there. You're going to jump, get it out. So I let it sit in there for a little bit and pulled it out. Wiped it off, no problem. Shaquille O'Neal edition. And this is another Bolt product. Yeah, this is a Bolt. Let me see. Let me take my glasses off and read it even well. Yep. It's the titanium, stainless steel, Swiss movement, and Victor. 200 meter water resistant, model number, flame fusion crystal, and this one was made in 2020. What a year. But yeah, Shaq made this joint, collaborated with them in 2020. And Vector, come holler at me, because I got some sweet ideas for y'all. But yeah, Shaquille O'Neal Bold Edition. Real sexy. Rose gold, black gold, carbon fiber. Get you one. So on that note, I'm going to say peace, love, and pistol grease. Y'all be easy. Till the next time. Tune in to the Weapon X program. We gone.